So welcome to the Rooted podcast, where we talk about beauty, we talk about wellness, and we talk about everything that makes us women, what makes us stand out, what are the things that we should be doing on a day-to-day basis to make sure that we feel and look good. Today we're joined by Masodi, a hair expert. She's actually a trichologist that will tell us how to best manage our hair. We found our hair at times it will be long, but it will be dull, it will be flat. We don't know how to best make sure that we get that fun, beautiful bounce effect. And Norma, you're gonna tell us how to go about, or what are the causes of dry, flat heads?
So basically, product build up from hair oils, moisturizers, styling gels and the likes, right? So if you want to keep your hair healthy and bouncy, you need to wash your hair regularly. You must make sure that you don't use heavy conditioners. You rather use lightweight conditioners. Make sure that you use a wide comb to detangle your hair. Make sure that you drink a lot of water. Make sure that you do bouncy knots and make your hair into a twist before you sleep and keep it moisturized.
So there you have it, ladies. Thank you so much. I think the tips that we are getting are things that are practical. These are tips that we can use on a day-to-day basis. These are tips that are going to be very useful to us. Norma, I'm actually going to ask you around the bantu knots. Is it something that you recommend that we do at night? Is it something that, when do you say? Because I don't want to be walking around with bantu knots.
I would recommend that you do your bantu knots just before you sleep, right? Just to make sure that your hair is neat and it's taken care of. And then after that, I would suggest that you wear a certain bonnet and have certain pillowcases when you sleep. Then you can detangle in the morning and it will be easier to comb and manage the next day.
So there you have it, ladies. Practical day-to-day steps in terms of how to best manage our hair and to make sure that it works for us and you're able to wake up with that bounce effect. I like when you talk about the satin bonnets as well as what we should be, putting our faces on when we go to bed. And I know that a lot of people always talk about even acne. Acne actually comes from that. So when you are not using pure cotton or satin, especially satin for that matter, you actually tend to get acne. So I understand that silk is really good. And satin is good for your hair as well as for your face. So there you have it, ladies. Some tips, very practical, as I said. This is the Rooted podcast where we focus on beauty. This is a podcast that helps you with your day-to-day routines in terms of how to manage yourself and look after yourself. So Norma, what are the ingredients that we should be looking to use, especially when I'm shopping? I know I'll be standing in front of an aisle and there are so many products and I don't know which one is safe for my hair, which one I should be using, which one will not harm or damage my hair. As we said, for that bounce effect, what would it be? What would work for us? Are you able to give us the ingredients that when I'm out at a shop, I must be able to look at the packaging and say, this works for me, this is relevant, this is gonna go?
So I would advise you to use products like aloe vera, glycerine, and protein-based proteins, and natural oils like jojoba and grapeseed because they are less heavy on your hair.
You heard it, ladies, from our hair expert that's really good at understanding and unpacking practical examples, as I've been saying, throughout in terms of what we should be doing and how we should, the type of ingredients that we should be using. I'm going to ask you another question, Norma, and this question is very much aligned to heat. What does heat do to our hair? Because I go to the hair salon, they'll relax the process, they'll relax my hair, they'll dry it out, and then they put it at the most maximum in terms of heat where it gets blow dried all throughout. And we look at it and it looks good. I don't know, is it something that you advise as a hair expert? What are your thoughts?
No, I wouldn't advise you to use harsh heat. Low heat, keep it low heat. Because it causes dehydration, hair breakage, and it just damages your hair generally. It also causes split ends. So I would suggest that you use low heat. If you can air dry, even better.
Wow. So, and I think I like what you're talking about, Norma, when you talk about air drying. And something that I've learned over time is that you're able to, with your hair, you get it washed, and then to Norma's point, you do your bantu knots. And if it's a day where it's a Saturday, you're not home, you're not doing anything, that's where you leave that product on your hair. And well, once you've washed it and you want to air dry it, you just leave it out with your bantu knots, and it actually, when you take it out and once you've removed the knots, your hair is actually, there's that bounce, it's thick as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of thickness that you get from that. Any parting words from our hair expert?
Keep your hair clean. Wash your hair as regularly as you can. Stay away from harsh products. Keep it clean, keep it natural.
Keep it clean, keep it natural. And this is the Rooted Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. We've had great experts over the last few series, and there is still more episodes that are coming. We are going to be talking about skin. The next episode will be around uneven skin. We are going to be talking about hyperpigmentation, which is something that we tend to struggle with. A lot of women will say that they find themselves banaldi chubaba. That's where we actually get tips, and we'll be getting practical tips once again, things that we can use on the daily to help us remove the hyperpigmentation as well as uneven skin tone. Remember to like, share. Let's have the conversation around bouncy hair. Let's have the conversation around how we can make sure that we are confident when we walk around. Remember, our hair is our crown. What it is that we do on the day-to-day basis, you start today, you'll see the results later. Remember, this is not a sprint. We are walking the journey with you as Masodi Organics. And it's been an absolute pleasure. As I said, like, comment, let's have the discussion. What are the tips that you would want to share with others? Share that in the comment box. And it's been a great podcast. Thank you so much, Norma, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Rooted Podcast. We are on YouTube. We are also on Spotify. That is where you can get all the amazing content, all the information that you need around beauty, self-care, as well as wellness. This is where you can learn more, engage with other peers, other people that are interested in improving themselves in terms of beauty. And it's been great having you today. Thank you.